Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of IELTS Speaking Conquest. I am Duy. Today, let's talk about a family member. Who are you close to in your family? Is it important to visit family members? And is your personality affected by your parents? Let's find out together. In the first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about family. Who are you close to in your family? In my family, the people that I'm closest to are my mom, my dad, and my brother. I always try to organize my schedule to have enough quality time for them. I also have a sister-in-law and a nephew, and together we live happily. What is your special moment with your family? Let me see. I reckon that it is the everyday dinner. It sounds unimpressive, but that is what I crave the most when I live abroad. I miss the feeling of an ordinary day, going home and sitting at the dinner table with my grandparents, my brother, and my parents. We used to talk about a lot of things, but what I remember the most is the feeling of home and comfort. What sorts of things do you like to do together? Whenever I have the time to spend with my family, the first thing to do is eating meals together. I believe enjoying the food as a family is one of the best ways to reconnect and, catch up on each other's life. Another activity that we frequently do together is checking out new restaurants. It can be a lazy Sunday evening and suddenly we're in the mood for going out. Are people in your country generally close to their families? Yes, definitely. In Vietnam, it is a tradition for the family to be the top priority for every person. From my observation, workers who migrate from other cities often make time for their families at the weekend. This practice of placing importance on family has been pointed out by many foreigners. Now, in the second part, I would like you to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? So here's your topic. I would like you to describe a family member you spend the most time with. A family member that I spend a lot of time with is my mother. My mother is a selfless and caring person, one of the most tender-hearted people I've ever known in my life. Every time I arrive home after a long day of work, she will be the one who opens the door, greets me, and makes plenty of tasty foods for me. When I'm around with her, we can do all sorts of things together. It can be chatting about trivial everyday stuff. It can be going for a walk in the park. Or it can just be savoring the food she has prepared and cooked for me. So it isn't anything extraordinary. It's the simple things that make me feel content when I'm with her. Why do I enjoy spending the most time with my mother? It's because my mom has a special place in my heart. When the world falls down like the rain, she will be the first to lend me a helping hand. When it brings me to my knees, she will be the last to stand there and hold me up. So whenever I need to seek advice for tricky problems like careers or friends, I can easily open myself up to her. So seeing her makes me feel at home and at peace. So my mother is one of the people that I try to make time for in the middle of the busyness of life. Now, in the final part, I would like to ask you some general questions related to this topic. Is it important to visit family members? Why? Obviously, visiting family members as well as relatives is of the utmost importance because they are the ones who will stick with me through thick and thin. My family acts as a support system when I feel jaded and exhausted from daily worries. When disasters strike, for example, getting into an accident or losing hopes in the middle of a challenging project, my family will be the constant in my life that motivates me and keeps me moving forward. In a typical family, who plays the leading role? Well, commonly, the father is the breadwinner of the family. He is supposed to bring home the bacon, both in terms of money and mental support. For instance, if the family is experiencing financial difficulties, it is the role of the father to earn the majority of income to make ends meet. Take another example where some tragic events happen to the family. The father will be the pillar of support to help others to rise to the challenge. What's the influence of parents on their children? Parents are the mirror for children to imitate. They profoundly shape how their kids will grow up. Take a happy childhood, for example, when parents give babies an abundance of love and care. It is likely that when they mature, they will return that same kind of love to the world. It is indeed true that children are mirror images of their parents. By the same token, family divorce will make them lose confidence in marriage and in life. For those people, it is very unfortunate not to have a role model to hang on in times of disappointment. That's why proper parenting is a solid foundation for the development of every child. So that's the end of our topic, family. I hope you find it useful. See you later.